Hey, what is up, guys? It is FlashGamer00022 here with another NBA 2k17 MyGM series with the Seattle Supersonics. And you guys have been showing me a lot of love on the series. I've been getting a lot of views. So keep smashing that like button, guys. A like shows me love. It also helps me out with these videos. So just seeing that you guys are interested in watching this series, it makes me feel a lot of joy in creating these videos for you guys. So just like to thank you all for watching the series. As we jump into the off-season part 1. So this is the second off-season in this series. The first off-season we got Durant and signed Markelle Fultz. So the coach wants us to, if you watched the last episode, the coach wants us to get a better shooting guard than Norman Powell, get a sixth man that's greater than 73 overall, and sign a player that's better than 86 overall. So that's going to be hard, but let's jump into the draft lottery to see what pick we have. We have the 6th overall pick that should belong to us unless somehow it falls out of the top 10. So, before I was thinking just a second there, guys, but that basically means we can get a top. If this pick is within the top 10, it belongs to us. If it is not, if it somehow lands out of the top 10, it goes to Orlando. So I'm praying this is a top 10 pick. It's projected to go 6th overall. I think we acquired this pick in a trade, but it was top 10. It was top 10 protected, I think. No. Oh, it's our pick. Never mind. This is our pick that we traded to Orlando. Never mind, guys. It's not Orlando's pick. It's our pick. But we traded this pick to Orlando, but it was top 10 protected, which means if we're within the top 10, this pick belongs to us. We keep our pick. If this pick is outside of the top 10, it belongs to the Orlando Magic, who we traded it to necessarily. Hopefully, we could have cheated Orlando out of their pick, and we can keep our pick. So let's see. The 15th overall pick belongs to the Denver Nuggets. So they're just outside. They're the lottery pick. I'm sorry. It's top 15 lottery now, as the Charlotte Hornets capture the 14th overall pick. The 13th overall pick goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who is due to the impending free agency of Russell Westbrook. So if we could bring Westbrook back to Seattle, that would be insane. So I think the Bulls moved into the top 3 after the Celtics landed the 12th overall pick. The Bucks land the 11th overall pick. The 10th overall pick. This cannot be Orlando. It isn't, which means we steal our pick back. No matter what, Orlando can't land our pick that we supposedly traded to them. But the Grizzlies and the Bulls moved to the top 3. We're supposed to be pick 8, and we do take pick 8 in the draft. We have the 8th and 29th picks this year, but we will take a top 10 pick anyway. We're supposed to trade this pick to Orlando. As I rephrase it again, I'm so hyped that we were able to steal this back from them. They really got nothing in the trade. We ended up keeping our pick. Due to a previous trade, the Suns assume ownership of the 6th overall pick via Miami. So the 5th overall pick goes to Utah. The 4th overall pick goes to the Dallas Mavericks, which means the Orlando Magic jump into the top 3. Orlando probably won't pick 3rd. Chicago gets the 3rd overall pick. And I'm assuming this is not Orlando either. Oh, it is Orlando, which means that the Dallas Mavericks, or no, the Memphis Grizzlies land the number 1 overall pick. And they will take probably Michael Porter. So we end up getting the 29th overall pick via Golden State, and we end up keeping our pick. So I'm happy. Staff signing. There's really no one to sign because everyone's here for 3 years. So yes, go simulate to the draft combine. Staff signing period. Lowell Whitley has a chronic injury, so don't look at him. I won't. I'm looking at not Michael Porter just because I don't need him right now. I'm looking at Sharif O'Neal if he's he didn't attend the combine. Dang, he didn't attend the combine. He was do pre-draft workouts then. If he's not attending the combine. Where are these guys? Artem Popov. Ball. I mean, I want to know. Are they in next year's draft or were they in last year's draft? No, this is weird. Where is Sharif O'Neal? Where is... I don't think they're in the draft. I know Michael Porter's in the draft. You can see him right here. Yeah, you can see him right here. Michael Porter's in the draft. Where is everybody else? Mock drafts. Michael Porter. I don't know he's from Estonia. Lloyd Pierce is the guy. They have taking Tom Madison, Evan Watkins, Lloyd Pierce out of Duke. They have Madison going to Sacramento. These guys have Lloyd Pierce going before. They have Madison going before. They have... I think they have Lloyd Pierce going 18th. He's been falling. His stock has been falling according to them. I really don't know where to go with this pick. I might just trade the pick. Daryl Cook. He's the best shooting guard out there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just say won't draft. I'm really bent on trading this pick, guy. There's really no one I'm interested in. I could check out Lloyd Pierce. But really, there's no one I'm interested in taking. We all know Michael Porter's going to Memphis, and if he isn't, then Memphis is on some sort of drug. Are you joking? What? Hello. The Memphis Grizzlies just pulled off the... Yo. What are you doing, Memphis? What are you doing, Memphis? Unprotected. I am going to try to get this trade to work. Trust me, guys. You want Norman Powell to take him? Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Norman Powell, but the owner didn't want you anyway. Wait, who did I just trade? I traded Jonathan Isaac, who was our lottery pick from last year. I traded Norman Powell. I traded an unprotected pick next year. I traded the 29th and the 8th overall picks along with that. And now I have the number 2 overall pick. And we're taking Michael Porter. I'm sorry, the dynamic duo has begun. If the Memphis Grizzlies are on drugs, man. They are on drugs. You know what? That's going to be the title of this episode. The Memphis Grizzlies are on drugs. We just landed the best prospect in the draft at pick number 2. What are you doing, Memphis? What are you doing? I had to trade up with Orlando to get this pick. I literally traded them Jonathan Isaac, Norman Powell. And I believe after all I went through convincing the owner Norman Powell was the legit deal, I end up trading him to Orlando. I also end up trading an unprotected pick next year and 2 picks this year. Orlando still has a top 10 pick. And speaking of that, Orlando still has the pick that they were supposed to get. Orlando would have landed the 3rd overall pick and a lottery pick had they not gotten the top 10. Instead, they still end up getting the pick that they were supposed to get through a trade. It was just through another trade. Doesn't make sense. But, yes. Definitely the title of this episode, instead of off-season 2 part 1, is going to be Memphis is on drugs. The Memphis Grizzlies are on drugs. Man, what are you doing? You bailed on the best player in the draft to take. Wait, I know. Daryl Cook was taken 6th overall, so I wouldn't have gotten him anyway. You took Ronaldo Stone. Now, Ronaldo Stone is actually a pretty solid player. He's an 80 overall. But he is not better than Michael Porter. What? Michael Porter is 19 and he's an 81 overall. How do you have Mike Conley? Why would you need this guy? Why would you? It doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. This opens up free agency possibilities for me. I have a dynamic duo for the future now. So, I'm happy. Sorry, I was briefly interrupted there, but, seriously, like, what? What are you doing, Memphis? Every mock draft had them taking Michael Porter. I was so sure they would be taking Michael Porter. I was like, I'm going to trade away the pick. It turns out I ended up trading away the pick in order to land Michael Porter. Which is ridiculous. I was not expecting that at all. But I didn't really give up much to think about it. A pick next year, but I'm pretty sure we'll improve enough so where that pick doesn't really matter. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully Orlando doesn't take the greatest player of all time, future greatest player of all time with the pick I just traded to them. But you never know. So hopefully we get better, and that pick's a little risky. You're not gonna land anyone really too good with the 8th overall pick and the 29th overall pick in Gold State. You're definitely not gonna land anyone good with that. Jonathan Isaac was a 1.5-star value, and Norman Powell is a good role player at best, but he hasn't really affected anybody. That's why I was more willing to trade him, just mainly because the owner didn't want him, not just because, and plus he was a valuable trade asset, so why not throw him in there. And I was able to probably get a top 10 player in the league in the future. Who knows? So definitely psyched, but what is Memphis doing? Like, I still can't get over it. What are you doing? Why? Like, you know what? The title's gonna be in all caps too. Like, drugs is gonna be on all caps. Like, what are you doing? What? Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. Does not make any sense. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know, guys. Let's continue the draft. Daryl Cook was taken by the Phoenix Suns. Lloyd Pierce, see, I wouldn't have been able to land him anyway. Chicago took him with the 7th overall pick. Let's see who Orlando takes with the pick that we traded to them. Orlando trades the pick to Phoenix with Eric Bledsoe. Okay, so here's the deal. They end up acquiring Norman Powell, the 8th overall pick. Norman Powell, Jonathan Isaac, the 8th overall pick, and the 29th overall pick. They end up trading the 8th overall pick that they acquired from us, and and Patty Mills for Eric Bledsoe and this 22nd overall pick. So they end up getting Eric Bledsoe, the 22nd overall pick, the 29th overall pick, a pick next year, Jonathan Isaac and Norman Powell. Wow, Orlando just made a whole lot of moves. So now Phoenix gets another pick in the top 10, and Orlando lands a 22nd overall pick. And Phoenix gets Tom Madison, so that's the guy that was picked with our pick. Mitch Fox. Batum was traded to the Atlanta Hawks, and Gorgie Jang is traded to the Charlotte Hornets. Dang, okay. And now Atlanta gets the Atlanta gets the next pick. So let's just simulate to the end of the draft. I don't think I have a second round pick. Maybe I do. But we that was like, what? What are you doing? Like, what? Memphis. You guys, this is like the trust the process all over again. This is Philadelphia all over again. Ronaldo Stone could be... It's like taking... I'm not saying he's a bust because he's an 80 overall. But, like... It's like taking Hakeem Olajuwon over Michael Jordan. It's literally like that. Because you got a really hell of a good player, Hall of Famer on your team, but you could have had the GOAT. I'm literally comparing it to that. I'm not saying Michael Porter is the GOAT, and I'm not saying Ronaldo Stone's gonna be Hakeem Olajuwon, but it seems like that situation where Houston took Hakeem Olajuwon, who turned out to be a really good player, and seeming like Ronaldo Stone's gonna be that, but then Memphis or Seattle in this case ended up trading up and taking the better player in Michael Porter. So it's like that situation. I think I made a pretty good comparison there, but I am happy. I will take this. We are bringing in Michael Porter. Man, we just added Markelle Fultz. We just gave him another guy. Now the only issue is Durant. Durant is on the team, and so is Michael Porter. How is this going to work out? I'm thinking of playing Durant at power forward, legit. I'm thinking. Sheik Diallo, I'm not going to accept his team option. I am bringing back Jordan Mikey. Westbrook accepts his player option, but Paul George declines. That's an interesting move. Carmelo Anthony declines, and LaMarcus Aldridge declines. And DeAndre Jordan declines. Nurkic, I do need a big man, so I will extend a qualifying offer. And you know what, just for the hell of it, I don't know. I really don't think... Kay Felder actually dropped him last year, and I have to pick him up due to injuries. I'll drop both of them. I'll see if I need them in the future. You know what? I will drop both of them. I will bring back Ian Clark on a minimum deal for 2 years. Definitely want to bring him back. Offer him a deal. And, yeah. There. Ian Clark, I offered him a deal. And that's, like, literally the only guy I'm comfortable. Wow, this free agent class is stacked. Now, this is where I don't want to try to go after Paul George, because look at my situation. I just drafted a small forward. I already have a small forward. I don't need another small forward. You got two 6'10" guys. You got Michael Porter, who's 6'10" small forward, and then you got Kevin Durant, who's a 6'9" small forward. So tell me where it makes sense. I'm thinking actually trade Durant right now. And y'all might hate me for trading Durant, but I'm actually seriously strongly considering it. DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent? Wait, I am, whoa. Yes. Yeah, I'm pursuing. Just think about this. We land Boogie. Then I would have just pulled off the most OP MyGM ever. But I am actually thinking Durant, what can I get for him? I'm actually... Ooh, first rounder and Chris Bosh. Miami's. Derek Favors in that first rounder. Jason Tatum, I don't... Ooh, Dwight Howard. But that's a top 5 protected. You're trying to swindle me? No. Devin Booker and Dragon Bender. These are... I really like this, but Bosh is on this gigantic contract. This is way more user-friendly, but Phoenix would just get too OP. I feel like there's a lot of potential there. I like this deal too. Giannis, but I don't need another small forward. The goal here is trying to dissipate. Blake Griffin is just not it anymore. Like, I don't believe he can succeed. The issue is right now, if I can keep this, I can actually play Durant at this position, or maybe at power forward, and then just run Michael Porter at small forward. I really believe that. And I'm trying to bring Boogie on the team because, like, a center, that's what we actually need, legit. So, actually, yeah. This is like an all-in-one episode, guys. I'm actually going to do the free agency, or the up to day 5 of free agency. How about that? Up to day 5, and then I'll end. He likes both of our offers. Sacramento offers him the best deal. I'll give an offer to DeAndre Jordan. I'll throw him a deal. I'm like, he's more money. I'll throw him a deal just because, just in case I don't get DeMarcus. So I'll throw DeAndre a deal. But the key is just continuously offer deals to DeMarcus just to try to get him onto your team. Offer him the max and get his morale up. Because that's literally how I got Durant. I literally pestered him with these negotiations. So this is a little bit of a tip video. If you have 2K and if you want to get one of these big fish free agents, you gotta keep on pestering them with a contract. Oh, Paul George, walk away. I'm sorry, Paul. I really don't have an offer for you. I have too many small forwards. That's why I'm not pursuing you. I'm pursuing Boogie though, because Boogie Cousins. It's more likely that he will sign with you over the team he has before if his morale is really high and if he likes the contract. You might want to ask him about other things too, so let's like negotiate team quality. Oh, okay. Oh wow, he thinks he's a style. He thinks he fits the position. He thinks we could use a guy like him. And he thinks he's a missing piece. Wow. So if we can get this could be a huge splash. This could be like a playoff team. We could like have 2 guys leading the team in Durant and Boogie Cousins. And then we could have so I could have Durant and Cousins, and then I could just literally trade Durant as Michael Porter grows, and we can just keep Cousins. I'm thinking just keep Cousins as a long-term superstar, and our eventual big 3 will be Cousins, Fultz, and Michael Porter, and just trade Durant eventually, or we can make Durant a power forward. By the way, 99 is not the highest he can go. He can get 100 morale. Watch. It's hard to do, but he can. 100 morale. See? There. Now I'm more confident. Ooh. Ian Clark. Oh! DeAndre's still out there. Okay, so maybe we couldn't convince the guy to leave Sacramento. I guess he just meant too much to the organization. Now DeAndre was willing to come and we declined his offer. Maybe DeAndre signs. Oh no, DeAndre comes. Okay, so we end up landing DeAndre Jordan, so I'll take that. We do offer him a lot of money, but we end up landing DeAndre Jordan. So our central position has a short-term fix-ish, maybe long-term fix, who knows. But this actually complements the style of our team. So now we don't have two superstars necessarily. Durant's still ahead, but we have a guy who can fit in with the offense. And then we got two up-and-coming rookies who I'm really, we got a second-year guy and an up-and-coming rookie who I'm really excited about. Who do we need? Shooting guards. Rodney Hood. Oh, Patrick McCaw. I want to steal this guy from Golden State. I was talking about it last episode. I really do want to steal this guy. So let's offer him a deal. I really do want to steal McCaw from Golden State. And Golden State doesn't go after him. Yes. Okay, so that will end off the episode, guys. Really, I need to end the episode off here because it's been a really long episode. But we do bring McCaw in. I'm really excited for Patrick McCaw. He's going to be a great addition to the team. And we land Michael Porter because the Memphis Grizzlies made the stupidest move. And, well, again, like I said, it's Olajuwon over Jordan type move, in my opinion. Not saying that either of those guys are going to be Olajuwon or Jordan, but it kind of most reminds me of that. And then we ended up adding DeAndre Jordan instead of so DeAndre Jordan takes K Felder's number, but we end up adding DeAndre Jordan instead of DeMarcus Cousins, who we were hoping to add. So anyway, leave a like down below if you enjoyed the episodes or the series in general, and this particular episode, and like and subscribe if you are new. I just said like, and I said like again. Well, you all know what that means. Smash that like button down below. And hopefully you all enjoyed.